Every case has people who choose silence, who retreat into the safety of not knowing. But sometimes there is one voice that refuses to be buried. One person who sees too much, knows too much, and decides that fear is not enough to keep them quiet. In Emily Carter's case, that person came forward 1 year after she disappeared. The witness was not a stranger. She was a neighbor who had lived just a few blocks from Emily's home. For months she stayed quiet, convinced what she saw was too small to matter. But the weight of silence grew unbearable, and eventually she spoke. On the night Emily vanished, the witness claimed she saw a car parked near her street. It wasn't Emily's car. This one was darker, older, and unfamiliar to the neighborhood. She remembered it because of the driver, a man she swore she had seen before. A face she recalled from the diner, always sitting in the corner, always watching. The same man others described as the stranger who disappeared the same night as Emily. She described the scene clearly. Emily was in the passenger seat, rigid, staring forward, her face pale in the glow of a streetlight. The man gripped the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles were white. The image burned into her memory. When she told police, she was dismissed. They said she must have been mistaken, confusing someone else for Emily. But the witness didn't back down. She repeated her story again and again, even when officers grew impatient, even when neighbors whispered that she should stay quiet. Then the threats began. Anonymous phone calls in the middle of the night. A note slipped under her door with one word written in block letters: "Stop." She reported the harassment, but nothing was done. Friends noticed her growing nervous, locking doors, closing blinds, looking over her shoulder. Still, she refused to retract her story. Instead, she wrote it all down. Page after page in a spiral notebook. Every detail, every sighting, every sound she remembered from that night. She gave copies to a friend in case something happened to her. Those notes later became a cornerstone for private investigators who believed her account was the missing piece. But the more she spoke, the more isolated she became. Neighbors avoided her. Reporters were warned not to interview her. Eventually, she left town, moved away, no forwarding address. For years, her voice was absent from the official record, but her testimony lived on through the pages she left behind. And those pages revealed something chilling. The man she described wasn't just seen in Emily's neighborhood. He had been spotted in other towns where women had gone missing. Always the same description, always vanishing when the women did. For the Carters, the witness was a lifeline. Proof that Emily had not simply walked away. Proof that someone had taken her. Proof that the truth was out there, buried under silence and fear. The witness who refused to stay silent is remembered not because she solved the case, but because she showed what courage looks like in the face of intimidation. Her story may not have closed the file, but it cracked the walls built around it. And sometimes a crack is enough to let the light in. This was the witness who refused to stay silent. In episode 10, we turn to the shadows of the system itself, the cover-ups, the erased files, and the unanswered question of who may have wanted this case to stay cold. If you're still with me, like, share, and subscribe. Every voice helps bring justice out of the shadows.